What's going on? NCMTB here. Bike setup video requested in the comments. Park season coming up. Get your bike set up, dialed in. Let's get after it.
You see all the bread and I know it make you wonder, don't you? I ain't surprised at all. Seen them rise and fall. Went up the mountain, it wasn't hard to climb at all. At the top I found some relief. I finally got some peace. Carry on, but please don't mess up the mood. Yeah, I worked too hard for it. No,
So before we get into this, disclaimer, just because I set up my bike this way doesn't mean that you should. We'll just go over the parts I have on it real quick, and then I'll get into the details on what I'm doing with compression settings and the fork and the shock. This is my dog. Sit. Want to say hi? So first up, we'll start at the cockpit. Renthal carbon fat bar. Love it. Probably gonna need to get a new bar soon. It's kind of splitting right here if you can't see that. Stem, we have the Race Face Turbine Cash Money color, which is just the Kashima code color, same thing. Brakes, we're running Code RSCs. Might be thinking about changing those, not sure. If anybody wants to make a trade for some brakes, let me know. Might put on some, I don't know, Shimano's or maybe some new TRPs. I don't know what we're gonna put on there, but I'm willing to try something else out. We'll get to the fork. Obviously this is a Fox Factory 38. Grip 2 damper, they all come with that. Custom graphics on there, just factory orange and a little bit of Yeti turquoise. HS2 rotors, love them. So a lot more stopping power than the stocks. Code RC calipers. Running stock DT Swiss EX 1700 wheels with specialized cannibal gravity in the T9 compound. I'm pretty sure that's the only compound they come in, but they're pretty good. Not as good as Max Assassiguy, but for like half the price, they are worth it in my opinion. Going to the frame, if you follow the channel, you know what this is. Yeti SB150. Love the bike. Running it with a Fox DHX2 on the back. I weigh roughly 205 pounds right now, and I'm running a 500-pound spring. With this setup, you're gonna have to go into all those ratios yourself if you want to get it set up for your weight. Everything's different with coil, so make sure you check it out if you're gonna put a coil on your bike. SRAM 1, the same as the XO 1 carbon cranks, 30-tooth chainring stock. Here we have GX Eagle Axis drivetrain. Didn't come stock on the bike, but I love it. And then here we have the E13 Helix cassette. Now, I do not recommend this cassette to anybody if you're looking for super high performance. If you just want light and cheap, probably the way to go. I folded one of my rings the second ride that I was out on it, and I was doing downhill riding, so I was not putting that much power into the cranks. So don't recommend that. If you want quality, get XO or XX1, or if you can afford the SRAM transmission, but make sure you have a UDH on your bike if you want transmission. Back to the bike. Fox transfer, factory dropper post, specialized power saddle 143, and then same tire on the back as the front. So pretty much everything is stock in terms of drivetrain except for the derailleur. Fork is stock, but I put an orange one instead of the black one on there. And then the DHX2 on the back is not stock. It came with an X2, which I also have. I just like flipping between shocks. One thing I forgot to mention, Yeti Super Cush grips. They're okay. I have some rev grips I'm about to throw on, but I don't like wasting parts, so I'm gonna run these till they're dead, and then switch it up. So getting into the fork, with this fork I have high speed, low speed, compression and rebound damping adjustments. So with my fork, I run it a little bit soft, not too much, just a couple clicks off of what the standard settings are according to Fox. So right here you can see low speed compression, high speed compression. High speed compression, I'm running about 2 clicks of damping, and then low speed compression running about 7 clicks. Basically what that does is going to give me more support on big hits, so drops, compressions, berms, things like that. It's going to give me more support. The fork's not going to dive, but on high speed compressions like chatter, braking bumps, things like that, the fork is going to move more quickly. It's going to move easier to get out of the way, sort of absorb that up. I like the way it's set up. I tinker a lot, so I just, you know, play around with it, do what feels right for you. Rebound is down here at the bottom of the fork, also high and low speed. For the rebound, basically I just set it up about 1 click faster for high speed rebound and 2 clicks faster for low speed rebound. I feel like that just works better for my riding style and where I ride. A lot of loose chatter, things like that, downhill parks, a lot of enduro stuff. Basically the rule of thumb for rebound, if you feel like the fork is too bouncy or sort of unwieldy, you get knocked all over the trail, slow it down. If you feel super wallowy, like it's not getting back to the max travel, speed it up a little bit. I strongly recommend going to the Fox or RockShox, whatever you use, website, and looking at what they recommend, and then just playing with it 1 click at a time on a trail that you know really well. The shock I have set up a little bit different. This bike is not coil optimized. It is coil compatible, but not coil optimized. So basically rebound, just to make sure that this is getting the max potential out of the shock. Rebound, I'm running wide open, high and low speed. Doesn't really have any issues with it. It works, the coil shocks work so well that I don't really have any issues with rebound. Compression damping, I have 2 clicks of low speed just to sort of smoothen out those big hits, and so you're not really bottoming out if you go into compression or sitting too far into your travel. And this of course does have the climb switch, but doesn't really do much. Yeah, that's my bike. That's the setup. I ride an extra large frame. I'm 6'4", so that puts me right in that extra large. This bike as it sits, I think has around a 505 reach. With stock, I think it was 510 or 515, but I put a shorter stem on here. Brought the reach in a little bit. I might play around with a longer reach again, just to see what's comfortable. I like messing with the bike, so really the only thing I can recommend is get out and ride your bike and test things out. See what works, see what doesn't work. You'll find something that works for me might not work for you. Something that's comfortable may not be fast. Something that's fast may not be comfortable, which is usually the case. Hop on Nico's bike or Aaron Gwynn's bike or something. I bet you'll find that it's super stiff and very uncomfortable for most of us. So ride your bike how you like it set up. Set your bike up how you want it to be set up, and what's going to give you the most confidence on the trails. One more thing I forgot to mention, I am selling this. This is an S5 specialized status with a 170mm 38 on the front. Code RSC brakes, tidal bar and stem, Fox DPX2 shock, stock drivetrain, not great, but you know, it is what it is. What is nice on this bike, other than the suspension and pretty much everything except the drivetrain, upgraded Hydra hubs with Stan's Flow wheels, Hydra hubs, Code RC brakes, SRAM X01 cassette, pretty much brand new Maxxis tires, you know, the ticket. Selling it pretty cheap. If you want it, let me know. We'll work out a deal or a trade. I want to trade for a downhill bike. I need an extra large, probably something with anything longer than I think 475 reach is probably good. But yeah, let me know if you're interested, and we'll work something out.